Hi, and welcome to another video by Jim the Car Guy. Today I'm going to show you how to change the muffler and the pipe directly in front of the muffler. It's basically the same procedure on any car, but this particular car is a 2002. It's a Mercury Sable, and I'll bring you in there. I'm going to show you what's wrong with it, and then I'm going to show you how to go about repairing it. I'm going to try to do as much as I can by hand without using the impact guns. But in this case, I may have to use it. So we'll see how it goes. All right, so let me bring you in and I'll show you what we're going to do. Okay, this is the exhaust system, as you can tell. This is why we're going to be replacing it. When this car runs, you can hear this thing popping like crazy. Now, the customer doesn't want to put a lot of money into this car, so we're going to do it as at least as expensive as possible. We're going to try we're not going to separate it up in here because, as you can see, this is extremely rusty here. So what we're going to do is we're going to come up over here. We're going to separate it right up in the back, right over here where this pipe connects up to this front extension pipe. I don't know what it's going to look like once I take that pipe apart. But that's the plan. We're going to try to do it from there to the back of the car. So what we're going to do first is we're going to come in here and we're going to break this clamp off right here because, as you can see, it's probably not going to come off. So we're going to take that clamp off. We'll try to snap it off. We're going to come in here. I think I'm going to actually use a tool to cut right here. At home, if you don't have the tool that I have, you can get in here with a hammer and chisel and you should be able to get it off. It is going to be a pain in the rear end, but you should be able to do it. So, all right, enough talking. Let's get set up and let's get started. Okay, this is an example of what kind of tools you're going to be needing. You're going to need a ratchet with an extension, probably a 1/2 inch or a 9/16 socket. We're going to need some chisels for the impact gun, maybe a pry bar, some kind of a tool, whether it's a whizzer like this to cut the exhaust system pipe to get it off. And if you have an air supply, we're going to be using an air gun to actually shoot those off, and probably a hammer. All right, so, all right, and of course we're going to be wearing some safety goggles so we don't wind up with anything in our eyes. Okay, first thing we're going to do is we're going to break off those the clamp right here. Now, if you have an air gun, you can use it. Take this out of here like this. Now this is where you're going to run into a little bit of a problem. You'll need to get in here and cut this. I'm going to try to do this with a whizzer, but we'll see how it goes. A whizzer is actually just a rotating 3-inch cutting wheel to actually cut that off of there. So now you'll notice that I have the exhaust is held up with that little stand underneath there because I don't want that front pipe falling once I do cut it off. So, all right, let's continue. Okay, so we're just going to cut this a little bit just so we can get in here without doing any damage. And after you cut that a little slot in the side of it, I can see somebody didn't do this the right way here. You just open it up like this. But you don't cut yourself. I'm going to bring you down and show you what I mean. You see this? This pipe is supposed to be all the way up into there, but you can see it was only held on by the very edge right here. So there's really not a heck of a lot holding that on. All right, so we're just going to cut this off right over here. We're going to bend it out of the way, and then we'll pull that pipe out. We just turn this and we'll pull it at the same time. And that's that. All right, now the next thing we're going to do now is, I don't know if you can see this, we're going to slide this out right up here. Let's move you back a little bit. I hope you can see okay. I'm just going to slide this off like this. And we're going to do the exact same thing in the back right up over here. I hope you can see it right there, I don't know. Up in the back, right up underneath here. I'm going to slide this off here. Pry it off, be careful it doesn't fall down and smack you in the head, because that happens. That's that. Now remember what I was telling you about that pipe not going in far enough? That's all that was in there, holding it in there. So we're going to make sure that the replacement pipe goes on further. Bring you in here, I want to show you. Okay. Now, this, you'll always match it up to make sure that your pipes are the same. Make sure your muffler has the same attachments on it too. And we'll actually do this exactly the same. Make sure everything lines up exactly the same there. And here, we're going to put our pipe on the same way, just like that. All right, so, all right, let's get back up there and we'll continue. All right, I hope you can see okay there. All right. Now before we do anything, we're just going to slide our pipes on and make sure they go in far enough. It's a little bit rusty, so we're going to put some Never-Seez in there. Now, if you don't have Never-Seez, you can put regular grease on there also. It doesn't really matter as long as it slides. Alright, we're going to put this pipe on, and we're going to turn it and push it in at the same time, as far as we possibly can. Alright, and we're just going to hang it back through here, like this. Now, we're not going to tighten anything up yet. I'll have to move you back again. What we're going to do is we're going to hang our muffler in the back where it previously came out, right back here. We'll take our pipe, and slide it in, put the muffler here. That's it. All right, so that's in there now. Now, before we do anything, we're going to put our clamps on here and we'll tighten everything up. Okay, now, before you tighten anything up, you always want to make sure that it's not interfering with anything, that the pipe is all the way up in the front. I hope you can see here. Okay, that the pipe is up in the front, right up here where it belongs, and then you always tighten an exhaust system from front to back. Okay, so we're going to tighten it up in the front here now. Okay, that's nice and tight. Now, always make sure your muffler is lined up, that your spout is lined up correctly back over here. Let's see. Can you see back here? Yeah. All right, just make sure that your spout right here is level with the ground and it's nice and straight. And make sure your muffler doesn't interfere with anything up here. And then we'll tighten up the muffler to that pipe. That's it. All right, let me just take my gloves off and we'll talk about what we did. Okay. All right, so we made sure that this pipe was slid up all the way up where it's supposed to be. Now our pipe is all the way into here, so we know it's up as far as it's supposed to be. We tightened up this clamp here. We made sure that it's not going to interfere with anything along here. Our hanger is back in this location here where it belongs. Our muffler is not going to touch anything up in the top or up in the top in the back over here. Everything lines up nice and straight. And then we tightened up this clamp here lastly. Okay, now after we got everything all put back together, we're going to go up there, we're going to start this up, and we're going to make sure that there's no leaks in it. So let me get up there, we'll start it up, and we'll continue. Now what you'll do to check for leaks, you just come up underneath the bottom here, you hold your hand around the pipe, and you'll be able to tell if there's any leaks. You'll feel it. There's nothing. It's nice and quiet. And of course, we made sure it's not near anything. All right, let me shut this off and we'll continue. Okay, that's it. All right, so now it's normal when you start it up, you're gonna get a little bit of a burning smell. It's perfectly normal, nothing to worry about. It'll burn off within a short period of time. All right, if you have any questions or comments or you wanna talk to me about anything, send me an email. I'll be more than happy to talk to anybody about anything. As always, thanks for watching. See you on the next one.